was recently doing some research and randomly came across some correlations on some information. I'd like to share what I found with you now. Take a look, see what you think.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
This is listed as just a training exercise by the U.S. government, but the Center for Disease Control also did a preparedness plan. And look at the references that are used from the U.S. government for their training exercise. World War Z is listed as a reference used.
You totally got one.
Why are there so many? It's like 3 in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, your grandma is.
Hey!
Yo, it's okay, dude.
Jerry?
Get back in your car right now! Remain with your vehicle!
What are we doing?
It's our way out of here. You okay? Make sure you hurt. Everybody out of the car. Out of the way!
Immobilize. To render motionless, to stop moving or stop from moving. Immobilize.
All right, and welcome back. Time for your shot of the morning. Government health officials want you to be ready for a zombie invasion like the one in Michael Jackson's Thriller video. You heard right. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention posted a guide called Preparedness 101 Zombie Apocalypse. The CDC says the guide can be used in any emergency situation, and that zombie apocalypse apparently is just a fun way to get people's attention.
It's a riot.
For a zombie apocalypse.
Immobilize. To render motionless, to stop moving or stop from moving.
You ladies drove hours and hours to get here. Why did you do that?
Mackenzie's going to have a surgery here in the next couple of days. That's a little bit scary. And it was time for us to come together to show her how much we love her and how we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that this doesn't happen to another little girl.
Part of that is to give a message to the Centers for Disease Control about acute flaccid myelitis, or AFM. If you could give the CDC a grade for how they've handled AFM, what grade would you give them?
F.
Failure.
They haven't handled it. They're still not handling it.
These moms say the CDC hasn't done enough to let emergency rooms know the signs of AFM, such as suddenly weakened or paralyzed arms or legs. And children, they say, are losing valuable time in getting treatment. How many of you were sent home from the emergency room? All of you. You brought your paralyzed children into the emergency room.
And were sent home.
3 times I was sent home.
Yes, twice we were sent home.
I was told to bring him back in 4 days if he wasn't better. In 4 days, his diaphragm had stopped working and he would have died.
Declining an on-camera interview, a CDC doctor got on the phone with us and said the messaging about AFM could be more effective.
The message isn't getting everywhere it needs to, and so we need to work harder at this.
And the CDC's own medical advisors say the agency has had some missteps.
We feel that their potential is tremendous as an institution. The CDC is not rising to its potential in this particular case. We feel that they're not playing their A game on this.
Dr. Van Haren and other CDC advisors tell CNN that the agency has been hesitant to focus research efforts on the particular virus they say evidence indicates is the cause of AFM. But the CDC says,
This is a mystery so far, and we haven't solved it yet, so we have to be thinking broadly.
These families wish Mackenzie well in her surgery this week to deal with the complication of AFM.
There you go, Cammie. You got it, Cammie. So close.
And they hope the CDC moves fast so no other children become paralyzed. Elizabeth Cohen, CNN, Albany, Oregon.
Breaking news coming out of New Jersey. There are 6 children that are dead and 12 others that are very, very, very ill following a severe viral outbreak at a rehabilitation center in New Jersey. Matter of fact, the State Department of Health today has confirmed 18 cases of an adenovirus. They don't know what strain it is. This is a strain they've never seen before. It's at the Wanacue Center for Nursing and Rehabilitation in Haskell County in New Jersey. Now, the adenovirus usually causes a mild illnesses, but the health department says this outbreak is particularly severe because it's affecting the medically fragile children with severely compromised immune systems. The strain has been particularly associated with disease in communal living facilities, and the department said that the combination of the worst strain of an adenovirus together with a fragile population is a recipe, folks, for a severe outbreak. Now they're concerned. The facility's been instructed to not admit any new patients, and of course, but none of these patients can be transferred out. So they're like quarantined. It's like being in a toxic environment with no hope. And so the health department is teaming up, and we're going to work with the facilities to find out what's going
on. Let's say something does happen, and there's an outbreak of any disease. What would that be like?
Well, it'll be a little bit slow at first. You'll hear about a few cases of an illness, where they know a little bit about it and it's spreading through a community somewhere. But you might see it start to spread to other communities, and then you'd start seeing it travel by air to further distant communities. That's where things start to get really dicey. They go from being like, oh, that's no big deal, it's nowhere near me, I'm not worried about it, to I'm terrified of this, I want everyone who has a cold to be locked in their house forever. Fear is the enemy of these sorts of things. In fact, fear drives epidemics by making people do things that don't make sense. They mistrust information, they don't believe things that they hear, and then they do things that are dangerous.
Bringing awareness does not mean fear or spreading fear. It is simply bringing awareness to subject matter. Thank you for watching, and much love to you all.